Sometimes human beings seem utterly unrelatable, and other times we are inseparable. And it turns out that there are reasons for this. There are 6 basic human needs. And the first one is certainty. Whether you're interested in this for yourself or for a relationship that you're in or that you want to be in, certainty is really important, and that's why it's number 1 on the list. We all want to feel that there's certainty in our life, and we all want to feel that there's certainty in our relationships. To a certain degree, we all want to feel that we're in control. We want to avoid pain. We want to feel pleasure, and that all falls under the certainty umbrella. Not surprisingly, number 2 is uncertainty. Another word for uncertainty is surprise, variety. We all want to feel the spice of life. And so that's why it's important, if we're talking about our relationship with ourselves, that not only do we have certainty so that we can feel sure and feel safe, but we need the variety of surprise and pleasure to spice up our life and keep it interesting to us. So number 3 is significance. And that makes sense. We want to feel important. We want to feel that there's a reason that we're here, that we add value somehow. And that's where the ego comes in. If our ego's in check and we have a sense of self-worth, then our significant factor might be a little less. If we feel less than, then our significant factor might be a little more. And we all have people in our lives that fall on that spectrum. So you could say that someone that goes to buy a $100,000 car for fun and would drive it even if there was no one else on the planet, buys it for one reason. But if there's someone that buys that $100,000 car in bright red that goes 0 to 60 in 4 seconds, it could possibly be because they feel less than, and that's going to make them feel more significant. And we all have that to some degree, where we wonder where we are on that scale, but that's number 3. Number 4 is that sense of connection. That can also be considered love, and that's fairly self-explanatory. As much as some of us enjoy being by ourselves, there gets a point where we need to connect, whether it's through a phone call or from seeing somebody in person. And of course, it's human nature to want to feel loved and to love and to be loved. The last 2 are something that we need to work on more than just want, which is the 5th one, is growth. So constantly evolving, and if not constantly, then in slow baby steps evolving. And whether that is a goal, that New Year's goal seems to always be very important to us because we feel that we want to be moving the needle. The needle needs to be going this way. And that could be monetarily. We could want to grow our family. We could want to expand our knowledge and grow. So growth obviously is a very strong part of what we want to do. Number 6 is contribute. On some level, we all want to contribute. We could want to contribute to the greater good. We could want to contribute to a conversation. We might want to contribute to a cause. But we feel this need to contribute, and I think the more generous the person is probably someone that is more solidified in who they are and more at ease with who they are. And so maybe they've had the receiving experience, which leaves them in a place where they're ready to contribute more. These are the 6 human needs, and obviously we're going to be heavier in some than in the other. But why is this important, and why do I coach on this? Is because sometimes there is one area that desperately needs attention, and somebody feels that, but they don't know that that's the area that they need attention. So when I work with someone, we gently draw that out to figure out where that is. This can be very useful, knowing this, not only for your own self, but if you're in a relationship and you're frustrated with somebody, looking at these 6 different areas, it might help you to understand, where is my partner suffering? Where is my child suffering? In what area do they seem to be struggling? In what area are they lashing out in anger? And by knowing this, it gives you a heads up on where maybe to find the compassion, where maybe to put your foot down, where maybe you can help somebody. Or you can look at this list for your own self and say, why am I doing X, Y, and Z? And by looking at the list, you can identify the area. And instead of us feeling lost and frustrated and anxious and not knowing why, or feeling like our behaviors are out of control, why am I spending so much? Why the heck am I waking up so depressed? Or why do I go into these parties and I have to show off so much? Whatever our thing is, by looking at the list, it helps us to identify that. And information is power. Because we're all human becomings in some way, shape, or form. We're not as much human beings the way I think of it as in human becomings. And are we becoming every day closer to that whole human? Or are we going every day getting more fragmented, which is where we find the pain? And that's all for now.